Doechii yada yada over the best part.
Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I know you missed us, motherfuckers. Episode 124 is in the building of the Yada Yada podcast on this beautiful Sunday morning. We are having here on this Mother's Day edition. It's the kid Joe Cornell. Hyphy's back. River is here, and of course, we got our man Nelson.
What's going on?
What's happening, y'all? Woo! How we feeling?
I feel good. It's weird that Sebastian's not here.
I know.
Sebastian, I miss you. Also, happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Drop a bomb for that, Andre.
You guys are amazing.
One time for the moms out there.
And, one time for the motherfuckers.
Like Andre.
We wouldn't be here without y'all either.
All right.
That's right, baby. We back. We cooking. We chefing. No podcast MVP today in Sebastian, but Andre doing double duty today, holding it down on 2 jobs.
You hear that, Andre?
For the price of 1
MVP.
I'll never be that.
You'll never be the MVP.
But I could, fill in when I can.
You should be an honorable mention.
Resume.
Woo! Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. We had kind of upset we couldn't pod last week, but we had a lot of obligations. Nelson was out of town. You were in Lawrence. You guys went to go see a show. What'd you guys go see?
We went to go see Mariba, and Jazz Couch was opening up for us.
Hey, how'd that go?
Out Jazz and Clarence. It was great. We're in a space in life where we like to sit down at the show.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm not trying to be in the middle of the shits.
You bring your own chair?
No. It was at the Bottleneck. We gotta talk
shout out to
the
the
mic.
Bottleneck, man.
Yeah,
real OG right there.
It's got the benches and shit. We was able to chill and sit.
Real OG venue out there.
Bro, I took a nap at the Bottleneck before the show before.
Old ass man.
We went with Joey Origami. I think Joey was performing and Justin Schoen, and we was in the green room and shit.
Green room is nice.
We rode up,
fart up there though.
We rode up in that bitch.
Yeah,
like it was in Kansas.
like they won't arrest us out here.
Yeah, it will not be me. I don't got nobody to post bail. So.
Hey, luckily, no jail stories.
Yeah, no jail
you left
stories
Kansas with no jail stories. That's always a good goal.
That's a successful night. Right
that's there. A great night, actually. A great night. That's the best night in Kansas.
Bro, KC niggas are, I can't go to Kansas.
Everyone's freaking out. Like,
hey, I got warrants out there though. Like,
it is literally the craziest shit. Like, I'm pretty sure every surrounding state of Kansas, the weed is legal or decriminalized.
Because like in Colorado, right next to Kansas,
we're. To drive to Colorado, you have to only go through Kansas.
Yeah, and that's a sketchy drive. Boy, that's a sketchy fucking drive.
Hella shitty. I know, but niggas be shaking in their
no matter what complexion you are in that car.
Yeah.
8 hours of flat land.
Be sweating.
Man.
Flat land and just
got one pin on you like shit.
Where you coming from, son? Colorado. Colorado. Why you nervous? Who's nervous?
All the weed in the
hot
trunk.
Day. Hot day.
I'm gonna get my dog out and let him smell the cool air out here. Why don't I?
Sure.
Dude, I'm always skeptical because I be watching Cops. I'm always skeptical of that fucking dog. It's like, are you sure? Did it really hit me?
Hey, if you can confidently question, that's beautiful.
Because the dog can't answer back, really. Low
That's
key.
what I'm saying. It's like Groundhog Day. It's like, did he really see a shadow? Like,
did he really smell anything? Like, or is he just barking?
Like, bro, or is he just a dog? Is he just distracted?
I like how we try to train our mind to believe dogs can be like really superior, like more intelligent than we give them credit for, to where they can just do shit like that. And we're just like, yeah, it has to be correct.
But I mean, if a dog, to give dogs credit,
because if I'm in that position of the criminal, I'm definitely discrediting that dog on the spot. Like, that dog doesn't know shit.
Not if you're in middle school. You remember that? They used to bring it.
Yo,
middle school.
They bringing dogs to middle schools. That's low key kind of crazy.
I just feel like the dog in a criminal situation is like a leading you know what I'm saying? It's like leading. It's like you're bringing them to the thing to find something.
To purposely find.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
When have they when has a dog been brought to the scene and not hit?
There was a time when I got searched and it didn't hit.
Yeah, there's been a few times.
No, I really didn't have nothing on me.
Okay, then.
So that's why it was cool. I'm like, yeah, get the dog out, motherfucker. Let's waste each other's time.
They only be looking for hard drugs, though, right? Like,
this was 2012, so they were probably looking for weed. Or just any, because I was in Parkville at the time too. I can't confirm.
They
I don't know.
might.
They might.
Because I had one of them and they did not.
Ooh.
Bro.
We not even gonna say that. I don't care.
Yeah, we're not gonna put a mic over.
We not even. You bet.
I'm just so skeptical of it. And then the way that they be pulling the dog to the car in cops, like,
And they be holding his face right there. You
Like,
smell
you
anything?
fake
are you
that
sure you don't smell
You
anything?
fucking sure?
Hey,
You
I
fucking
bet,
sure, dog?
I bet you them dogs still got their pension money.
It's like the
Pitching money.
they retirement fund.
Hey, one of them. Hey, we ever see the ceremonies they have when like one of them dogs get like killed
retired.
or no killed?
Oh
They'll
shit!
do the whole ceremony.
I mean,
It's a
Salute.
fallen officer, bro.
like The Wire.
Respect. That's the.
Shout out to dogs.
They're
but
within
come
that
on
blue
now.
line, bro.
I guess they gotta go then.
All right.
I guess all cops are bad. I guess it's a cab.
I guess he wasn't a good boy.
Yeah, that's great.
Every dog has its day.
No, for real.
Oh,
For
speaking
real.
of dogs having days. Never mind. I ain't
Go ahead.
I'm not-
Go ahead.
Transition to Doechii
No, whoa.
I was about to say,
no.
on this Mother's Day morning.
No,
Okay, I'm just
No.
checking. I'm just checking.
no.
Just checking.
I like Doechii. I would
Hey.
never do that.
All right.
You gotta say your thought now.
Yeah, you got to bring it out.
But we were talking about concerts and bottleneck and whatnot, and we actually all went to a show 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
gonna talk about it in the last pod, but obviously, we had some stuff to do outside the pod that prevented us from
I was
that.
sick as a dog last Sunday.
You were sick?
Yeah,
Oh, you got
I
sick.
was.
Aha.
I was sick as a.
You-
that's
you-
what Joe was saying. I
You
was-
nasty dog.
Yeah,
You.
exactly. I was the dog,
Everybody was sick last week.
bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why?
And
not me,
everybody speculate this is why we were all sick because that Monday, last Monday, we all went out to the show of Denzel Curry, Kenny Mason, Kings of the Mischievous South tour,
though? Okay.
and with 454, and then I can't remember what the girl opened up for him. I can't remember her
I
name,
don't know either.
but yes, we went to that show. What was your thoughts on the initial show? This your first time seeing Kenny Mason and Denzel Curry?
Yeah, it was tight. It was great. I loved both of their performances. You could see the experience from Denzel Curry though. He killed that shit because he's got like a bunch of different vocal tones that he uses and some auto tune. Kenny Mason had a lot of auto tune, which I wasn't like a huge fan of.
Mhm.
But when he did stick,
Stick!
it was crazy. Yeah, it was great.
Hey, how did that look? Because you guys weren't
It
like
looked-
you guys said
it looked
you're
amazing. It
you're
was
in
like-
your seat era, so
Yeah,
you guys were in the back.
Yeah, I wasn't getting in the pit, and I'm grateful I didn't get in the pit because all y'all got sick. All y'all was fucked up for a week. And
I
a
was in
half.
that pit moving shit,
Yeah,
Andre.
Keenan was sick too.
Dude, actually, I ran the Keenan in the pit. I was in the pit, and all of a
See,
sudden,
look,
like
y'all
there
was-
was a sweaty presence. I just felt next to
Y'all
me.
was in there throwing it around. I
Hey, yo,
learned.
pause.
I learned.
Yo, Paul. Hey, yo, give me drop something over there. I'm making hit some sound effect, Andre.
I got you.
But Joe Cornish.
Thank you.
I wasn't the one in the pit.
So, like, yeah, so this show was actually pretty crazy because the pit is actually different from like the Travis Scott pit we had, right?
Yes.
Travis Scott at the Uptown when we saw him on the Birds tour was like jam packed. You couldn't really move around. This was different because it was a really packed show, but it was just enough room for people to really just be able to move around. It's like when the pit or a song dropped and everyone was moshing, you could just see the whole GA shift to where like if you were in the back, you could easily get to the front.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with me. Like by the end of the show, I was in the front because it was just that easy to maneuver once the pit started getting active.
Once it got open, you just.
And the thing is, like, people were making huge circles, man.
Oh yeah,
The
I seen
circles
it
were
got-
so
get crazy.
huge.
Fucking Ezra said he got an aerial shot of everything.
Really?
Yeah, he showed me it open up.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy.
It was, man. So I can only imagine what it looked like being in the seats or like even on the balcony and just seeing this pit of people just go crazy.
On the seats, it looks a little different because you're getting like the stage performance, and you kind of just see the crowd as like silhouettes.
Yeah.
So, but when Stick was going, like everybody was jumping, it was crazy,
Yeah.
and you could just see that the energy was like.
That was the
It's
one
flowing.
I could tell like everybody was waiting for. That was the one because like I knew he was gonna do it. And at that point in the show, it was towards the end of a set. And I remember the homie Mike that was with us, he was like, "Hey man, I think I'm gonna get out of here and get some water." I'm like, dude, he hasn't done Stick yet.
Well, I thought you said some white boy kept you there.
No. I was staying there regardless, but
Okay.
a white kid that was next to us was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, bro, he hasn't done Stick yet."
Okay.
Talking to Mike, I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, bro, wait for Stick." And then like Stick starts playing, right? And the pits and the circle starts opening up, and that shit got so huge. Mike goes, "Hey man, I don't think I could be in the front for this one, dog." Like, no, we gonna make
He
it.
said, "You have no choice.
We gonna make it, Mike.
You have no option."
And as soon as that, I grabbed, like when we ran to the pit, I had him by the collar and I was just dragging him with me so he wouldn't get lost in the pit. Yeah, bro, it was like that. I was a real force, Andre, real man in that shit.
I believe
I
you.
was shoving kids like move.
It only took you 30 years to be
A real man.
to get that grown man strength in. Because like there was a point in time where I was in the pit where I was just like, whoa, no one's moving me.
I am a
I am the movements. I'm the movements in the pit. So that shit was tight. It was the first time where I felt really comfortable in the pit. Like I didn't feel overwhelmed. I didn't feel tired. I didn't drink no alcohol.
Do you
When
have
we got there, I drank a lot of water. I think that comes with the experience of going to concerts, and because early on when you go to concerts, and we saw that at the show, like a lot of kids that are teenagers in high school that are pretty hyped to see this person. They might get a little drunk before, they might smoke a lot, and so that weighs on you as the show goes on because like now you're just gassed. You've been running around for 30 minutes, you're gassed.
you only gonna get through the openers with that kind of energy.
Legit though, that's real shit.
You gotta balance.
You
that
gotta
with the
really
water.
balance yourself out, and I think that was at a show where that was like the first show I did that really well at. And so after every song, I was like, "Whoo, that was fun! Like, where's the next one? Give me another one." I was ready for it to keep going. I wasn't gassed and nothing. So I was like, "Okay, I'm really like that right now."
So you plan on being in the pit for the next coming show?
It depends on who's coming. Pause.
All right, man. You're breaking the rhythm.
Why?
No, the show was fire. Denzel Curry's set design and the lights was A1. At one point, there was like a set design where there was clouds and it was a storm.
Yeah.
And the lights was flashing like he was lightning and shit. I was like, oh, I'm really impressed with this fucking set.
That was my first time seeing Denzel Curry do a headlining show. And I think it was really well done. I think it did a great job of showcasing his ability as a live performer because he's always been one of the best from what I've seen, but I never got to see him on his own show.
It's like he's doing his whole discography too, which I was like happy to hear some shit from N64. Yeah, bro. He did Threats and he rapped them niggas verses. That shit, I love that. I love that energy. That helped my spirit.
That was a great moment. And I like how with the set, he really paid homage to just Southern culture with, he had a lot of DJ Screw references in there, like the skull that we saw in the beginning and him talking in that deep chop and screw voice is like an ode to the DJ Screw tapes from back in the day.
He does a great job of honoring all of that, like all of his influences and making it his sound. He's really a great artist. I'm more of a fan of him after seeing him perform this.
See, and that's how you know it was a great show. Like when you can leave a show of someone being a fan of someone and then leave being even more of a fan, having more appreciation for their music.
Yeah, and that kind of seals the deal. It locks you in because the last mosh pit I was in was the Turnstile mosh pit in Lawrence. Shout out Vu, he took me there. And I fucking got COVID in that mosh pit.
I was in the mosh pit, like we were all like shoulder to shoulder at one point. And I was like, "This how I get COVID again?"
Yes,
like,
yes.
Because it smelled horrible in that mosh pit, dog.
It increases your chance of getting sick by 90.
I smelled how bad it smelled in that mosh pit and was like, "This is how I'm gonna get sick."
Yeah,
I can smell it.
You seen it coming.
I smelt it.
If you can smell a nigga breath, that's how you know. Like oh,
yeah, we
damn.
too close.
Hey, yeah,
in public. In public, bro.
Hey, Keno, cause like, listen, dog. Keno sweats like a motherfucker.
No, I know.
So when I saw him, he was already drenched. I think it might have been. I think we were at Kenny Mason at that point. He was drenched in sweat already.
He be sober sweaty.
I didn't know if he was fucked up or not by how bad he was sweating.
He don't smoke or drink. He
just,
barely cuss.
He was just vibing.
Nigga be high on life and hot off life.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all still talking about the concert?
Just a little bit more.
Okay.
And then what?
Because I got something to say.
You know, you want to add?
I mean, no, just kudos to them. Kenny Mason did Angel Eyes.
That was fire.
Yeah, I was kind of prepping for us to meet them and interview them.
You know,
kind of sucks.
I ain't gonna lie. That was I am a little salty about that. Not because they didn't want to do the interview. I just really would have preferred somebody from the team or Denzel himself would have been like, we just not interested.
Yeah.
That way you don't have us. Because I've been on artist time before where shit will happen super last minute, where you get confirmation like, yo, we want to do it, pull up right now. And you got to just do that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I operate on. So if you don't tell me or respond to me or respond to us, and when we reach out to you about these things, I'm just gonna be on go until you tell me otherwise. Yeah. Or until the show's over. And I'm like, oh, that's not happening, obviously.
Stay ready.
So like, because I was talking to Denzel's manager like a week prior. So, and he knows me. He remembers me from the last time I interviewed him. And he just like stopped responding to me. So I'm like, all right, you could have just told me no if y'all didn't really want to do this.
And that's why it's fuck you, nigga.
That's why I ain't recording no
It's not
fucking
that.
videos of that show, motherfucker.
And
Like
that's why it's
I
up and
think
it's stuck, nigga.
low key, it's kind of a bitch move, but you still a great performer though. You're still a great artist.
Oh no, I recorded hella shit, bro. I'm gonna cherish these memories in these.
Hey,
videos.
it's still a great show. Like I still had a
And-
great time. Would recommend. Would go see again.
I get it too, though. Like as we progress and do shit, I don't be wanting to talk to y'all niggas either.
I feel that though.
Don't be asking me a whole lot of questions.
Yeah.
But we gonna do a great interview. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we
No, we go.
nah.
Oh no, we stay after at the Mariba concert to get just to get Rivers records on, and so she can get some pictures, which I only got 1 of 5, and I'm gonna take
Wow.
accountability on that. Look, bro,
You got
Just
one photo of 5?
lift. They look crazy. Either Mariba look crazy or River look crazy in the other phone.
Yeah, y'all need that AI where you can swap
to
out the
fix
face.
it, but I thought I had it on my phone. But anyways,
Yeah, back to what you're saying.
the reason I was talking about this is because some nigga was about to interview her right then. He started asking her deep ass questions like, what do you ask? Yeah, she said, hold up. It's other people. I think bro only got 1.5 questions out. He wasn't ready,
man.
but we be ready.
We
So,
do. And it's
we're
like,
ready.
and it's, I understand if you don't want to like talk to motherfuckers, especially if you don't even know them like that.
Yeah.
But like, we do have a little rapport. Shit went really well the first time. So like, I'm not just like some random stranger. Like to that extent, like I do have credentials in the city for like what I do. So if I tell you I am who I am, that I'm really that person.
We are
So,
who we are.
yeah, exactly. Ain't
Put
no
some
like,
respect on my name.
ain't no funking, ain't no perpetrating, no faking, none of that. So if I reach out to you, I'm like, I'm a media personality, all of that, yada 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 yada.
Shout out
really
to
like-
Joe, Corner Joe.
No,
feel me?
for real. Shout out to the 100+ people who tagged Denzel Curry, tagged his manager, and tagged Kenny Mason. Not only that, but it just shows the support.
It does. And shout out to Andre, because Andre is really the one that got that movement. He's like, you want this shit to pop off now? I'll do it. Watch. And then sure enough, he sent out like one DM and that shit started getting like 20 comments
Hell
immediately.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think it would have been more successful if maybe we would have had it like a week out and like press them. And,
Like I said,
continue to press people.
I reached out to his manager the week prior just so we could have that set in play, or like we can get it set up by the time they get here.
And that's why it's fuck you, nigga.
You feel me?
Fuck you.
You a great artist still though. I still fuck with the music. It's
And
still a great show.
And that's on me, bro. That they not saying fuck you. I'll say fuck you.
That's
bro.
on Nelso.
That's on me,
Hey,
bro.
hit the drop, Nelso.
Hold on.
Where they at?
Where we at?
What's up, Nelso?
Let them know, man.
Man, do we need a store? Do we need to pay you?
Hey,
niggas?
this guy runs Maymob.
do we need how much?
This guy runs one of the coolest local clothing stores in Kansas City. If you are an artist coming from out of town to Kansas City for a show and you don't tap in with this man in Maymob, you're not really tapped in with the city. I don't give a fuck where you go. No Hypebeast store is gonna come close to what Maymob does for Kansas City, bro. Just like that.
Thundercat got some
Just like that.
t-shirts. We gave them to him, but Thundercat got some t-shirts. We
But-
gave him.
Drop a bomb, Andre. And message too. Wow. Fuck.
My thing is like, how does a nigga need?
Like-
Kansas City is so small that like there's only a few stores, there's only a few people popping that shit.
Man, honestly, I think it's getting to a point to where you just gotta find an end and get close. Cause me and River done been at some shows to where it's like, oh, we can interview Justin Azuga right now if we want it, And we want to play that angle and do it professionally and reach out. But hey, if you the plug on some media passes, we need those for every show.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
pull
Fuck
up.
with us, man.
Come on, man.
We're
do a
good
good
peoples
show.
to have in the corner, man.
I'm looking at people at the pitch. I'm looking at people like shit, the white coat niggas. I like, come on, like
They do be getting look.
bro.
Hey, yeah, what's up? Let's have
Them
some.
niggas had Drake up in the spot. Granted, it's
Yachty,
Drake.
Boat.
Do they be buying shit?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty
not
sure,
on that
I'm
side.
pretty sure them niggas be buying shit.
I-
They have a good vintage selection.
And they were right by the venue, so it does make a little bit more sense as to like.
Wait, White Coat's over there in downtown?
It's literally across the street.
It's across the street from the Uptown.
I did not know that.
It's
Yes,
Midtown, right
adjacent.
there.
It's still there.
No, it's
that
still
was
there.
that's a initial
They got the Extendo store.
Where the initial move?
initial in Crown Center.
Okay.
They're
Oh,
in-
they are. Yeah, I seen
They're in
them.
Crown Center,
Yeah.
man.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of the Hypebeast shit kind of burnt out though.
Hypebeast shit. been
Only
burnt
because
out.
y'all burnt it out with them prices. I'm good on them prices, man.
Yeah.
I don't need nothing for
Man.
$400-500.
I got love for Reset.
Yeah, and the
Shout
resellers
out-
burnt it
shout
out
out
too.
folks at
Resellers
Reset.
mostly burnt it out. Resellers burnt that shit.
I got love for Reset. Shout out to Mac Ways. That's my dog. But yeah.
It's good people's at DVA.
But yeah, man, it's like that's just
Like I was like,
that's
you're
Rome.
not cool.
Rome for DVA.
Rome and them. Shout
Yeah.
out Rome. He
Shout out
don't
Rome.
let us do some shit in his shop.
Yeah, Rome's tight as fuck.
Yeah.
Rome really good peoples. Rome's somebody that actually is super tapped in with a lot of artists when they come to town. Like he's really cool with Jay Worthy. He's got some autographed Jay Worthy shoes at his shop in DVA in the city. So we do have some motherfuckers that do be tapped in with people in the city, but y'all need to start tapping in with this guy right here, Black Hyphy. May Mob. Come on now.
Tap in with us.
Us.
Yeah.
But
for us, by us.
thank you for the love and support that we got.
Yes.
For the love and support that we got. We boosted that post not only through comments, but the views went up. People were sharing it. People were throwing it on their story, tagging folks.
Some people are still tagging them in it, which is
bro,
cool.
like, bro, somebody DM me the other day talking about some got it, I done. I'm like, I was like, nigga, that was 2 weeks ago.
You should have said thank you.
Yeah,
No.
just say thank you, man.
Fuck that. When I DM you, you answer.
You answer right then and there.
You drop everything. I don't
Bitch.
give a fuck if it's Mother's Day.
You bitch ass motherfucker.
All right, let's move on.
He said,
Let's
all
move
right,
on.
all right, guys.
Speaking of tours,
Yeah.
should we go right into the Bobby Shmurda?
Ooh. Actually, let's start with before we go to Bobby Shmurda.
Wait, Bobby-
Let's take it from the top real quick because there's a big tour that just kicked off this week.
Okay,
The Weeknd
let's
and
do it.
Playboy Cardi kicked off their co-headliner tour, which is really
What is it called?
Really,
Does
I
it have
think-
a name?
the Hurry Up Tomorrow tour,
Okay.
named after the Weeknd album.
Yes.
And so it's the Weeknd's tour, and Playboy Cardi's opening up for him. You know, as you guys know, they had a huge hit on the Weeknd's album called Timeless,
yes.
and I believe they have another record together.
they have.
They have rather
Rather
Lie
Lie
from
Rather
Playboy
Lie.
Cardi's album.
Yep.
So they have a cool little history right now. Thomas is a big hit for this year. So
Got good chemistry, man.
good chemistry on the
Yeah.
on the record. So it makes sense musically for them to be on tour together. But the first night was very awkward for Playboy Cardi because the crowd clearly wasn't there for him, and they weren't as receptive to the music as he's probably accustomed to at this point in his career. So you could tell on stage at certain points there was a moment where he kind of felt not comfortable performing because he wasn't getting the energy that he's accustomed to getting from audiences because they're usually there to see him.
Do you know where they were at?
Not off the top of my head.
Here, let me look it up.
And so let me ask y'all this. Does it make sense to have Cardi open up for somebody like The Weeknd at this moment in his career?
I think
Do their fan bases cross like that?
conceptually, it makes sense, but the majority of the Weeknd's fan base is probably women, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in most of Cardi's, like coming back to what Andre was talking about when he heard Playboy Cardi get played at the club, all the guys were going crazy for it. But then all
Yeah.
the girls were like, okay, I'm going to go get a drink. And that's kind of, I feel like, what the energy is between the two artists. Because like you said,
It's stark contrast in demos.
yeah, and what their energy that their fan bases bring to the shows.
I got the information.
What was the first show?
All right. So the tour's name is After Hours Till Dawn with Playboy Cardi, special guest Mike Dean. The first tour date was in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay, so in Phoenix.
They weren't rocking with the boy.
It wasn't rocking with Cardi. And Cardi had a 45-minute set. So if the shit wasn't hitting, it's a long set.
That is a long set for people to sit through some shit that they don't really like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's. I think it's still gonna sell out. but
Yeah.
it might kind of affect his reputation as like a performer.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to still show up and do your shit.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
people
do it with the same energy, regardless.
Do
Cause
it
you-
like it. If it's do it like it's your hometown, man. Perform
Yeah.
like your people out there already.
I'm sure there will be dates where the crowd is more Cardi prepped and more Cardi affluent. But
Mhm.
there is kind of that risk that they run with that. But at the end of the day, is it really a risk? Like, it's two huge names. The Weeknd's probably gonna sell that shit out by himself.
and this is
Yeah.
a long ass tour too
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good money play for
for both
him.
of them.
Maybe not so good for Cardi's ego.
They're on tour until September.
Okay.
They're on tour until September. That lineup kind of just reminds me of when Khaled opened up for or Khalid or however.
Oh, for Travis Scott.
Yeah, the big hair nigga.
Yeah.
Or formerly big haired nigga. Yeah, opened up for Travis Scott. And I remember in KC, people were kind of fucking with the
Nah, I
location, and they were
Yeah, it
still
was
receptive.
that song was still a huge hit. So
Yeah.
he had people knew him from that hit. So we knew who he was.
It was a
kinda
dope
like
set.
Yeah, exactly.
that-
It's kind of like the opposite. It was like the calm before the storm. But this is like Cardi's kind of like the storm in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
So-
know you're trying to, like you said, calm before the storm, but the calm is playing "Stop Breathing"
Yeah.
like, in the opening set. So it's like, take my shirt off, watch the whole "Stop Breathing." Like that's not really calm,
Hey,
Nah, that's a good.
and that's not the energy you're expecting to get from the Weeknd either. Like when you go to the Weeknd show, I'm not expecting him to perform music that's gonna get me hyped to the extent of like a Playboy Cardi's music was. So like your mindset going to see the Weeknd is not what it'd be if you're going to see Playboy Cardi
you're going to do coke, you know,
in the
Yeah.
bathroom with some
Yeah.
bad bitches.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
and dance.
the Cardi portion is where you like irking and shit, and you tripping, and then the weekend is like afterwards where you're like, I maybe want to drink, but I also might throw up.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm
the after
saying?
hours.
So are you doing drugs during Cardi?
Yes,
Okay, you're doing. You're
they're
starting.
They're peaking during Cardi.
You're
and then-
peaking. So you did the drugs before the concert.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
what most
It is
people
Cardi.
on.
It is
And
Cardi,
then you could just like mellow out to some
in
fucking
the Weeknd.
and Mike
Weeknd.
Dean is there.
And oh man, them sisters going crazy. I
Bro.
know they are.
Just looking at this
Wow.
tour,
I want to see him play guitar.
why does this
Yeah.
dude?
Some crazy guitar solos and
Why is this tour sponsored by Nespresso, like the coffee?
Nespresso.
Nespresso.
Hey
Shit,
man, they cut
'cause
the check.
Is Cash
yeah,
App?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like
if
they
we,
cut the check.
if we could lower our overhead in any way or expand our budget,
Bro,
we'll put the logo right there.
niggas turn
right
you
next
put
to
it
Playboy
right there.
Cardi's name.
niggas turn 21, start paying bills, and say overhead. No,
Hey, you better know your overhead.
Nah,
or
for
what
real.
that means.
I do. I will say I do have a beef with both of these fellas. There's barely any Midwestern representation
For a big tour too.
for a big tour. We have literally just what was it? Detroit. You doing Detroit
Unless
and
he's-
Chicago.
Unless he's gonna do a second leg of the tour where Cardi's not on it, but he hits those other shows that or the other cities he may not have gotten to on the first leg, because he's practically touring all year.
This is ridiculous.
Because he's been trying to tour for like 3 years now, or like 2-3 years, because he
Yeah.
wanted to do it after hours. The COVID hit, he
Yeah.
couldn't do it yet with Dawn FM.
He was doing everything outside of the U.S. too. He was
Yeah.
doing like Sao Paulo and all these different
I got
eclectic countries.
I got a question for y'all. Like, who do you think there is like a better opener for the weekend? Like, who would y'all pick to go on tour with him?
Let's see, who would I pick?
45 minutes though.
Yeah,
they
who
get
can handle-
45 minutes?
45 minutes in a set. Who would open for the weekend in 45 minutes? Dang.
I'm going to the weekend's catalog to see collaborators.
Like Future.
Future wouldn't
Future
be
be-
bad.
Future would be a great
makes
opener.
sense. That's a really good one because
That'd be pretty
Future's
good.
demo is, I feel like it overlaps more.
Yeah.
And they have more songs.
Cardi is more niche because you get like the kind of weird vamp vibes
Kids,
and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like I feel like the artsy kids that listen to Playboy Cardi hang out with the girls that listen to The Weeknd. You know,
Mhm. It's like, but Cardi's fan base is so diverse. It's like
But-
you get everything.
but The Weeknd overlaps both. Cardi's is kind of like split.
Mm-hmm.
River, what Cardi song do you like?
Any Playboy Cardi song? Magnolia.
Shit, y'all, I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
You-
Exactly. Like if we used to go to that show, River would be standing for an
Yeah.
hour.
yeah. Yeah, I think Future probably be the best. Maybe Travis Scott.
Oh,
Travis
I
is
got
cool.
it. I got it.
What
I
you
got
think?
it. Steve Lacy.
Steve Lacy.
Yes.
Steve Lacy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Put R&B pop.
I would.
Okay,
like
so
that
let me ask you
show.
this.
Or
So would-
Fushi.
Would you want somebody that doesn't make music similar to him to be on the tour? Because I was thinking of Travis Scott and Future because they have a collab history and they also kind of make music that's in that same vein sonically.
No, I want something that.
Do you want it like a Khalid to open?
No, I think I want a Khalid. I want a soft opener.
Mhm.
Yeah, you want
Like
to
how
ease into it.
Gambino had Willow. I think
Oh,
that's
that was
I
tight.
think that's pretty good.
And Willow
That
did
was
great.
smooth.
Yeah.
And Gambino came with the energy too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he did his mellow tracks.
Because
He
he
did LES.
he got those electric
Yeah.
takes, and then he also has the melodic,
And he did the heartbeat.
exactly. He
Yeah.
has those punchy records. He has the melodic records, and I think Steve could probably do that too.
Mhm.
Because he got hits.
Yeah. Gemini was dope.
Yeah,
He got to do Red.
yeah.
I want to see
Oh,
that live.
Or is it Red or Ride?
It's red.
Yeah.
The EP, the demos.
We're
talking about the song Red.
I'm talking about the song.
Okay, I thought
Something bad's about to happen.
Oh, to
Yeah.
me. Okay,
Yeah.
that one.
I want to see that.
Oh, is that Ride or is that Red?
That's red.
That's
Okay.
red.
It's just spelled with a Y. I'm
Don't
pretty sure.
you hit me up. That was my shit. Yes.
Please,
Actually, okay, that would be an
don't
interesting
get
one.
up. I
But
think so.
he's also a huge star too to also carry his own weight on the tour to make
Yeah.
it almost be like a co-headlining tour. Almost.
But so
I don't
almost.
know. I don't know.
Almost.
I'd
Because
say,
Steve sold out his last tour. His last tour sold out.
yeah.
It was just a shitty experience for him because people only went for that one moment.
Yeah. Can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
No, but I think an R&B pairing. Maybe
R&B.
Fushi. Fushi's good.
Or you know who would be a cool opener for him? She's not very popular to where people wouldn't. I don't think people would know her if they went to go see The Weeknd. But Kilo Kish would be a cool opener.
Okay, yeah.
I think for The
Damn,
Weeknd.
that you pulled that out of the.
The hat. Hey, let me remember this. Because
would-
I remember
would
her
enjoy
on.
that set.
I remember her on the Vince Staples tour, and she was really good.
Yeah, Kilo Kish is dope, and I love her voice. It's like one of those light kind of poppy voice, kind of like Gabe or like
Mhm.
Abra,
Mhm.
like that.
And I got a wild card.
Let's hear it.
Amine.
Amine would be dope.
I mean, it'd be
too.
fun.
Amine.
But I think Amine is a high energy. I'm excited for his album to come out.
Me
though,
too.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Right
little
time.
bit too much clashing. I think if you did like Kate songs, I think it would work well in that.
Did you like that
tour
album?
set. I love that album.
I did
bro.
not know how many people hated that album.
Man,
People hate
hated
that
it?
album.
I
Like,
didn't understand it.
what's my man's from?
Mon foi.
Mon foi.
Yeah.
He hates that album. Like,
Right.
I think him and the homie Jeremy both just hate that album.
He doesn't like a lot of things that I like. And I'm like, am I? Is my
these red
taste bad?
flags?
Are these red flags?
Is it
homie?
me?
Don't ever question your taste.
Hey, thank you, brother. Hey, hold on, man. Hold on,
What's up, Nelso?
man.
What's up, Nelso?
Actually, so speaking of The Weeknd and Playboy Cardi, there was a song of theirs, like we said, Timeless, that was a huge hit. They actually just put out a remix for that song out of nowhere 2 days ago. And guess who is on the remix?
Future.
You know,
Future would have
probably
been.
been, hey, Future probably would have slid. I ain't gonna lie though.
Who is it? I have no Drake.
It's Doechii.
Doechii.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
But all right, see, here's the
Hey, I
thing.
wonder what that feature price like.
Let's put it like to you like this, right? Okay.
50K.
Hell
We-
no. I think
You think it's more? or
post
less?
Grammy,
Actually, no, she definitely probably got more for
it's
that.
like
the,
150.
the
bro.
label probably cut the check for her.
150?
150.
The label cut the
150
check,
for a
so she
feature.
was like 100K.
Think about the
100K.
features that she's been on since like that little era.
Hey,
Since-
I wonder
since
how
Alligator
much
Bites?
Since
gun
Alligator Bites.
charger.
She was on Tyler's album.
She probably did Gun for free.
Oh yeah,
Like
'cause-
the West Side Gun.
yeah,
the
that was probably
Egyptian
just off the strength.
I mean, it makes sense for
Verse
her to
for a
be on the
verse.
song though.
Yeah,
Verse for a verse.
yeah.
That's a good trade.
Hey yo, I do gotta say that Egypt remix that Doechii did with West Side Gun was fire. Like,
tough.
hey yo, son, hey, West Side Gun, I was not ready like for West Side Gun to be like one of the most improved rappers of 2025. Like
you
what?
mean?
But West Side Gun been improving in ways that really been catching me off guard. Because when we first got onto Griselda in the movement, West Side Gun was probably my least favorite person in the group out of the three.
Yeah,
Because I just didn't like how offbeat he was. And I didn't like how his voice sounded.
Boop, 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 boop,
Boom,
boop.
boom, boom, boom. You know, he's just kind of like almost talking to you on the beat as opposed to rapping. And I wasn't really into that style. But it wasn't until the album he put out, I think last year we had Sid Vicious on the cover.
which one is that?
Let me see what it was called. It just came out last year. Let me see which one that was. Hold on. No, not West Side Boogie, motherfucker. West Side Gun. Here we go. All right. It was Still Praying.
Still praying.
Yeah, that's when I heard that one. I was actually like thoroughly impressed by how precise his rapping was and how the pockets he was catching were very intricate and very like with intent. You know?
Yeah, he's continued to refine himself.
Yeah, and then
He's a man of taste. and
Heels Have
style.
Eyes, bro. That's when it really clicked from like, yeah, man, West Side Gun, the fly god is an awesome god. He's really like that,
The
okay?
hills have eyes.
Because how like dog, that what is it? Fish Scale Friday?
Yes.
The second one? Rest in peace to Mac Miller. I'm in Tarjay looking for a vacuum sealer. Like, dog, like his pocket and like how grimy that, like the way he's really able to curate these albums and these sounds and paint you a picture is something that does need to be applauded.
He raps so dirty, but he dressed so clean.
How does a fly god do it? He's such an awesome god. Drop a bomb, Andre. Come on now. Fly god. surprised, bro. Like, so when I heard Egypt, I already loved Egypt as it was. Like, that's a great closer. I love the fact that Heels Have Eyes is only 5 songs. It's a little EP. It gives you just enough West Side Gun to where you're like, damn, son, I need more from the Fly God. Give me more, Fly God.
Dude, it's only 10 minutes, the EP.
And it's right when you really and right when you start to really enjoy yourself with the project, it's over.
Man, where the other 5 songs at? Gang?
Why are you holding back, gang? West Side Gun. Come on, man. Come on. Curate
Send
that
it.
shit.
When did that come out?
This one?
Yeah,
Came
like-
out April 18th.
Yeah.
April 18th.
Mhm.
Okay, word. Speaking of
Benny-
April music, I meant to say this on the pod last time that we were here. Hold on, let me. Y'all mind if I get right? Hold on.
Go ahead. What you about to do?
Let's get right.
Oh, you about to?
Let's get right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You want to have River to turn it for you? He wants the camera to face him real quick.
Yeah,
We move that.
Everything's falling apart right now.
Oh, is he in frame?
Yeah, he in frame. I'll follow you.
Okay, no, I'm going right here. Hey man, Destin Conrad is back. If you don't know who Destin Conrad is, and you've been searching for the Frank Ocean replacement, that you need that little fix, that bisexual, kick, he's here, bro. He ain't done nothing but drop hits and hits and hits. But I'm looking at you, Frank. It's time to fight back. Where's the music at?
Frank Ocean,
Steve, all these niggas. Hey, bro, Destin on y'all head.
all bisexual.
That's all I got to say.
Dustin Conrad, baby.
Destin Conrad, man.
That's our Dustin Conrad advocate right here on the pod. Nelso.
Hey,
residential R&B fanatic.
Make the check out to Saber Mag.
SBR.
Send it through.
I need
Mag.
that.
Yeah. But so when it came to the Doechii remix on Timeless, and I first saw that, it came out of nowhere. And I had this weird feeling that I was gonna listen to it and gonna realize that they didn't actually change anything in the original song. They just gave her an open. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
So it starts off with her rapping her verse, which threw me off. And then the hook comes in after her verse. And then it starts off with Playboi Carti's verse after the hook.
Oh shit.
So I was like, all right, now this already feels weird. And if you listen to the rest of the song, it's just the regular song, minus with the Doechii verse. So it's not something they actually got together, worked on as a trio, and put together. It's just something that they made space Doechii for, and just told her to rap and do whatever she wanted.
Hop on this.
And it just wasn't something I feel like she did cool, but it just wasn't something I needed. It wasn't something I was asking for. And I think if they would have got together and actually remixed the song together as a trio, I think they could have done something way better that felt more organic and more natural. This just felt like a money play, which is cool. Everybody got paid, so it is what it is, but I didn't really need it. Not especially coming off that Egypt remix. Like the Egypt remix was crazy. So this kind of came out of nowhere, and it was just a little unneeded.
Nobody was
I'm-
asking for this. And
Hey,
I
look.
love Doechii, and
I love
the
Doechii, and I
song.
love Doechii because y'all get weird about the Doechii hate. Y'all hate y'all love Drake more than y'all like women, and it gets weird on the timeline. It really does.
real.
Like a lot of y'all get really weird when it comes to Doechii, and I think we need to really just start calling you that when we see it happen because this shit's weird. Like for example, I found myself in some weird crosshairs because Rob Markman, who I want to talk about later in the pod, but Rob Markman put out a tweet where he was like, "Hey, I'm a fan of Lauren LaRosa." That's the tweet. And then all of a sudden, like Rob quoted it the next day, and he goes, "Yeah, I don't know why this tweet garnered the responses that it did." So I was curious, like, what they saying in the comments. Click on it, and everyone's like, "This is a 20v1." It's like a bunch of academic fans going at Rob for like, "Oh, this is kind of suspicious. Why tweet this now?" So I guess Lauren LaRosa and academics have something beef going on or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, and so I was just like, academic fans are tweeting at Rob saying this is 20v1, and all he did was compliment a female journalist. I was like, sometimes we just gotta start calling people the losers they strive to be.
You fucking lamos.
It's just like, bro, y'all really hate black women.
Like,
It comes down to that. Dark-skinned black women.
it's like, ask yourself this question. If every time a female journalist gets brought up and people are like bringing academics' name up when they do, is this is like this, you got to start to see a problem occurring, a reoccurring problem here. It's like if every time a female journalist gets mentioned and academic fans start attacking them, it's like there's a deeper issue here.
There definitely is a deeper issue with that.
Because it seems like every female journalist has a problem with academics, or academics has a problem with them in some way, shape, or form.
Why you think that is?
Because academics hates women.
Why?
He's weird. Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, that
Remember when he
said
started?
maybe he want to be one.
So what were we talking about before that, Andre?
We're talking about Doechii
Oh yeah, how people just get weird with their hate.
and the forced Doechii
Because
hate.
none of y'all really give any good reasons why you hate Doechii. She's like, oh, she's just an industry plant. No, she's not. Well, she's everywhere. Yeah, she's a superstar. Do y'all not remember when 2 Chainz was doing every feature under the sun in 2012?
Hey, low key, back then I did not like 2 Chainz, man.
Fair enough. I didn't. I
What?
wasn't
didn't.
sold on him for real either until the album.
Oh,
I was like,
tripping.
But he had some features that was going crazy
I
though.
was like, how y'all hyping this up? He rhymed the same word with the same word.
Hey, yeah.
Wait, what song are you talking about?
She got a big booty, so I call her big booty.
Oh, that's just energy, bro.
No, I understand it now.
Hey, that shit rang off at the spot.
It's not about what he says, it's how it
That
makes you
was strictly
feel.
a booty club song for sure.
No, I understand.
Big booty hoe.
But when I'm on the way to school and that's all we playing on the school bus is
I got tired of
it's
I'm
a lot.
different.
oh
Yeah,
my
I'm different. I
God.
got tired of that so fast. That was
Yeah,
never a good song to me. Sorry,
My favorite
2
2 Chainz song at that time was like, because I caught the mixtape early. It was Viagra.
Wow, go hard.
I'll be going hard or My Kitchen.
Which one?
2 Chainz got a My Kitchen song.
Hey,
he
was
was
a-
Titty Boy at the time.
My favorite was off the album. He drops like Crinnack. I got Crinnack. I got Crinnack. That shit was fire.
Yeah,
Then he had Yuck with Lil Wayne.
yeah. That was a weird project that I like 4 songs off of.
Really?
I Am Human.
Oh,
Wait.
that was on
That
2
was
Chainz's album.
Oh, damn! Now all that shit got jumbled.
I do like that line. You the realest nigga breathing.
If I hold my breath. Skirt, skirt. Yeah. But yeah, I just think people just are like, when it comes to the music industry, people don't understand how some shit works when it comes to artists being superstars and what comes with being a superstar, especially when you're having your moment. And that requires you to be in front of everybody's faces at all times because you're the hottest thing out right now.
Yeah.
That's part of being a superstar. But since people don't understand that shit or just don't want to believe that that's the case here, they just call her industry plant, make up some weird reasons why they don't like her or come up weird, and it's just weird. None of it ever has to do with the music.
Listen to the fucking music. If
Or-
you don't like
or
the
don't.
music, just stand on
Or
that.
just, if you don't like it, just don't listen to it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Don't
talk
worry
about
about
it.
it.
You don't have to actively hate or put down something just because you A, don't understand it, or B, don't like it.
Y'all just-
It's just not for you,
yeah. Y'all
Yeah.
be bored.
man.
And it's because y'all boring.
Yeah, because
You
y'all
don't
just
got
suck.
it.
Y'all are shitty people. Y'all are terrible people with terrible opinions and terrible music tastes. And I wish you just shut the fuck up and get out my face and get out this culture.
All this
for real.
energy for disdain of black women and all this shit. All this energy could be pointed towards, government officials, people who actually can make change in our lives instead of these arbitrary artists that really have nothing to do with us. Like, we can shut off that shit. Like, you don't have to hit the button.
So, you want to hate on Doechii, but you want to big up and dick ride the man that's suing Kendrick Lamar for a rap battle that he lost?
Man,
Like, and that's really where this stems from. These motherfuckers love Drake more than they love women. And so
not
anybody
their
that's
savior.
against Drake or not on Drake's side, man or woman, like, they all get thrown in the crossfires.
man.
And Doechii's been one of the ones that gotten hit with the craziest crossfires. And she's just an outsider. She has nothing to do with the beef. So it's weird, but as long as we're here, we'll always give Doechii her props.
Yeah.
We actually like Doechii. Her music's fire. There's no force. No one's forcing you to like Doechii's music. Stop being weird. I saw that tweet you responded to that a couple weeks ago. I was like, bro, stop being weird. Shut up.
Bro,
Like, shut up. All of
motherfuckers-
y'all just hate women. Shut up.
motherfucker
Shut
said,
the fuck up.
what does a Doechii fan even look like? I'm like, bro.
It could be anybody.
I posted a
motherfucker.
selfie.
It could be
Me.
anybody. Go to a fucking show. Shut the fuck up and go to a show, or just shut the fuck up.
No, we don't want you at the show.
Yeah, don't show to the show either,
You
motherfucker.
get
Just
beat
shut
up.
the fuck up.
You get beat up at the show.
God damn.
You probably wouldn't be.
But
talking
actually,
at
yeah, since we was talking about Rob Markman, man, let me just get this off real quick. I saw a video earlier this week that made me a little upset, right? And it was a video Rob Markman posted on his YouTube page where the title was, "Who the fuck is Rob Markman?" And I was like, why is Rob putting in a video like that, right? So the video starts off with him saying, yeah, I wanted to do this video. It was like a little reintroduction to people that may not be familiar with me or my work or what I've done. And, he said that the idea sparked from an interaction I had on Twitter where Academics TV was like having like an interaction with Rob. And eventually they just posted a picture of Rob and said, who the fuck is this guy?
Mhm.
Type shit, right?
Shit.
And so Rob made that video in response to kind of just give people a reintroduction to who he is and just kind of playfully play off that idea in that tweet.
Yeah.
And I understood why he did it. And I told him this on Twitter. But I just really was annoyed that the fact that we even had to have like a hip hop fan even had to ask that word or that question, like, who the fuck is Rob Markman?
These motherfuckers,
and
don't
not
be
in a
hip-hop
way of
fans,
like
bro.
trying to really get genuine knowledge on who this person is and what they've done, just more so trying to be funny and downplay their impact or downplay who they are because they're not like academics.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we are even in that space to where we have to ask these questions or try to be disrespectful in that regard to people who are genuinely, like, if there were gatekeepers in hip hop, I would say Rob Markman's one of them, or he should be one of them. Tastemakers, yeah.
Tastemakers.
Because he actually genuinely cares about the culture and he's contributed a lot to it from like the MTV wrap up from back in the day. Like he was the first person to connect Tyler and Pro Era on that episode, on that TV show he did.
That was funny as fuck.
That was him. Like he did that. Like, that was Rob Markman's call.
Yeah.
To make that happen. He had Rob Markman has fought so much for hip hop behind the scenes, especially during his MTV days. And then he did his work with Genius. Like it's 2025. 10 years ago, Rob Markman gave arguably the greatest Kendrick Lamar interview when he did an interview for MTV with Kendrick over To Pimp Butterfly.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the most famous Kendrick Lamar interviews. And at the time, I didn't know that was Rob Markman until some years later. I'm like, shit, this man Rob really been doing this shit for a long time. Because I knew him from Genius mostly during our college years.
Yeah.
He was doing a lot of shit with Genius, and that was really tight. And so he's been doing this for like 10 plus years. And he really cares about this. So the fact that we have hip hop fans trying to be funny in 2025 and ask who the fuck is Rob Markman annoys me, because it's like, if you have to ask that question, why the fuck am I talking hip hop with you? Why am I talking to you? Why does your voice have value to something I'm passionate about? Like if you love hip hop, you should know who Rob Markman is because you know what he contributes to it.
You should want to know.
You should want to know.
Yeah.
So I just don't like this idea of like shitting on our legends, whether they're rappers, they're media people. You know, it's like if somebody is genuinely trying to add good things to the culture, we should respect that. We should uplift them for that because we need more of that, especially in a time where a lot of bullshit's plaguing the culture and just the world in general.
Yeah.
So I had to get that off because that just really annoyed me, and I think I don't like that we share space with people like that. That think being disrespectful to people like that is funny.
Yeah.
So I just want to give Rob Markman his props. My bad, man. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Sorry.
I don't even think those guys are hip hop fans, man.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I was about to say. Like,
I think they just are trolls. I think that's what comes with the internet.
It's a different era, yeah. And I agree with Andre. That shit do just come with the shit. There is always an opportunity for people to be educated, but it's like,
do they want to be educated? And speaking of education, let's talk to these motherfuckers about education real quick, Andre.
Hold on.
Oh shit.
What we talking about?
Man, I want to say I gotta give a big salute. Hey, Andre, get ready to drop a bomb, man. So I gotta give a big salute, and we gotta drop a bomb for Joe Budden for hiring Mark Lamont Hill on the Joe Budden podcast. There's been a space, hip-hop media space that has rocked the hip-hop media world like this one has.
Yeah.
Mark Lamont Hill is really schooling motherfuckers and taking motherfuckers to school and telling motherfuckers to read again.
And holding them
And
accountable.
holding y'all accountable. Because a lot of you motherfuckers on that platform say a lot of stupid shit that no one ever wants to push back on. And it drives me insane because it'll be the most simplistic shit that you can just be like, oh, that's obviously not correct. But since nobody wants to push back on those regards, no one does anything and shit just goes out misinformed.
That's why I like streaming, and that's why I like super chats, because you can really just interrupt motherfuckers who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Especially in the hip-hop media space. Like hip-hop
Exactly.
media is very entertaining. I love it, and I love a lot of people that participate in it. But sometimes when y'all step outside the hip-hop world, shit get a little ignorant.
Okay, Christopher Booker, we got something. Hold on.
What's up?
I feel like a lot of people don't really care about art and music, which is why music is a lot worse. So when somebody raps with the concept and passion and it gets a lot of detractors from Doechii to media, I can't read the rest of it. Clown shit. It's what's hot. That's what the folks want. Talk about it.
Go ahead.
We appreciate you. Drop a bomb for that guy.
Yeah. For being in the know. It's good. Hey, it's good to know we still got music lovers out there like that still appreciate good artists and good music.
Make sure you subscribe, Christopher.
Because it do be annoying watching people like actually the Dissect shit, the Dissect podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They're very known on Twitter and their platform for taking music and breaking it down to a deeper meaning by finding the deeper layers to their music. And I think they did one for they're doing one for Mr. Morale right now. and they put out a video or a peekaboo video about the 7-6-2s that make a play, like that punchline and that line. And they broke it down to like how like Kobe during his 81-point game, he had like 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals or something. And that was like the play of that line. And when they broke it down and posted it on Twitter, people were like, "Man, you're looking way too deep into this shit." And it's like, no, that's the point. Like that's the point of the music, dog. Like some artists provide you music that gives you a deeper meaning, where you do have to listen 4 or 5 times to fully dissect it in all the ways they intended. That's the beauty of music. And if you don't like doing all that, you just don't like thinking. And I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. You just a dumb motherfucker.
You a lazy motherfucker.
Read, bitch. Like Mark Lamont Hill said, read.
Or
fucking
shallow.
Read.
People be shallow. And a lot of
and y'all take pride in that. And that's the worst part.
Shallow too.
Like y'all just don't yearn for something more.
It is disappointing, but that's why I'm grateful for you guys. I don't really be around them shallow motherfuckers.
Thank you.
And if y'all don't have capacity to talk about something, y'all just be like, I can't talk about this right now.
Yeah. Like I'm not in the space to talk about it.
And I respect that.
But yeah, I do think I gotta salute Joe Budden for hiring Mark Lamont Hill. I think he's a great personality in the hip hop media space. I love that he challenges people on these thoughts, and I love the fact that he's very well read. So when he does debate these people on these topics that he's very passionate about, he is very well informed. And I think you do need more intellectualism in the hip hop media space. And I'm very thankful Mark Lamont Hill decided to take this opportunity, take that job, take that position, and he's running away with that shit, man. So salute to Mark Lamont Hill for making that shit happen. And, hey, you want to come on the podcast anytime, man? Andre's got a seat right next to him for you.
And we got the same middle name. So pull up.
Lamont?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So shout out to Mark Lamont Hill, man.
Oh, my bad.
That's crazy.
That was a Freudian slip.
Oh, hell no. Like you ain't taking my job, Mark. Let's see. What else we want to talk about? Let's talk about some Mike real quick, man. You put me on. I didn't know Mike dropped a new album.
Wait, before we get into giving him his roses, right?
Yeah.
I have a story about Mike, right? So look,
Mike, we're talking about the rapper Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I was at a get together with my girlfriend. It was her friends, right? And one of her girlfriend's boyfriends, the connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her friend's boyfriend, he like came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, you know Mike, right?" I was like, "Nah, I've never heard of him." He's like, "Man, no, you know him." He's like, "It's like Scare the Hose music." I'm like, "You think I scare the hose?" And he's like, "No, man, it's like Earl Sweatshirt. I figured you like." I'm like, "You're talking to the wrong." But I'm not saying that to say fuck Mike or is scaring the hose music.
Yeah,
that's how the nigga presented the music.
That's funny though, because that is the general consensus when it comes to a rapper like Mike. Like he's a very introspective writer. Yeah. So people do view him as like a scaring the hose type music, especially because he raps a lot with Earl Sweatshirt and all of them. But see, this album though, Pinball 2, this album is a great contrast to that belief, because this is really Mike on popping his shit. Like Mike can pop his shit like crazy because he's already a great writer. So when you let him get in that bag where he can just really just pop his shit and get ignorant on you, he's gonna do it at a high level. And that was a great showcase of this album. Just Mike really talking that shit.
I like some of the cuts too. It's like more bouncy than some of the parts.
Yeah, like a Miri 71. Like it's a lot of high BPM, high tempo, like shit you could really play in the club and it'll ring off.
Yeah, you gotta have the right DJ though. So if y'all need a DJ book,
holla at me. Holla at me.
He gonna spin the mic.
I just mixed Mike with Little Tyler yesterday.
See, we get the vibes right.
We taking it there. So
what we doing over here.
And like this Mike album, man, is so dope, man. Because I just love it when you get to hear conscious rappers really pop their shit. And Mike really in that bag right now, man. Like listen, and Tony Seltzer did an amazing job. Yo, Tony Seltzer, amazing job putting this album together. He produced this project with Mike. And the way he produced it, not only with the beats, but just how he tied it all together with the transitions. And oh my gosh, dude, it's such an amazing album, man. Let's see. There's a couple of lines on here I fuck with by Mike. He says, "Suddenly the coolest in the city, who they want to be, hugging me, cooler in their business, and a son to me, Jewel, and I be wishing on 100 G." He said, "I get colder in the winter when the summer reach. I concentrate on spinning shit and tucking cheese around the way, facilitating sucker free." Let's see. I'm drawing plays, still evading Chuck E. Cheese. Was told I wasn't shit. Guess it stuck with me. Was told I wasn't shit. Yeah, made fun of me. I get colder every winter. Keep a bubbly.
Hey, Mike's coming to the bottleneck. I'm pretty sure.
Word? Actually, yeah, he on a big ass tour right
I'm
now.
pretty sure he's coming. He's coming locally.
Y'all want to go?
Man, I always get those ads. I'm down.
Look,
He looked like a KC nigga, low key. He looked like he kind of looked like Scorpio, the nigga who.
from Code Red shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like him. I thought it was like
That Mike.
this nigga got alter ego.
Look,
What's up, man?
there's a song on there
I'll
called
Bring the Gas.
Hey, let's
Pull up.
go.
Just Bring the Vibes, Mike. See, like, there's a lot. He had a song there called Shaq and Kobe. He said, I just like the bougie and expensive bad bitches. I'm going to play my part and pretend it's bad business. See, come on, Mike.
God, bro.
All right, Andre.
Wrong one.
There we
Wrong
go.
one.
Listen, man.
My
If
finger
you,
be slipping.
I can't stress it enough, man. Mike, when it comes to popping that shit, Mike can do that. Mike can really handle that L. But he also does a good song of balance it out with songs like Angst or Angsty,
Yeah, angsty.
where it's more like you could tell he's like the anxiety of just everything going on is kind of weighing on his mind, but he's still popping his shit, man. It sounds like Mike at a strip club. That's what this album sounds like.
Yeah, it sounded like him and the homies was kicking it a little bit. I like that he got the right homies on the features. He got Neonte. Neonte just recently
Shaq and Kobe,
dropped a
right?
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's on Shaq and Kobe. And then he got Sasha on Hell Day, which Sasha is another one of them like that clique that I really fuck with.
Is he part of 10K?
I don't know if he's part of 10K. I ain't really we can see now.
He shouted 10K out at the end of his verse.
Shit, he is probably signed to that shit. You know who runs 10K?
Is that Mike shit?
Me either.
10K. Isn't that what's the dude's name?
You thinking of 24K?
No, isn't that Lucy and Grain's son?
No, I think 10K is a record label.
Yeah,
Oh.
isn't it Lucy and Grain's son? Because he sold it to whoever's the
Here,
hold on.
10K Records.
records.
Who's gonna find it first?
All right.
Just got it.
Yeah. So let's see, where's it at? 10K.
Elliot Grange, yes, 10,000.
Okay.
10,000 Projects. 10K is an independent record label based in LA, founded by Elliot Grange in 2016.
Word.
Okay.
Shout out Elliot, he putting out that shit.
Cooking up with the underground guys. And it's funny because I just read an article of Mike recently where he talked about how he's kind of been seeing his status in the game and in life go up.
Yeah.
And he said one of the things that he realized that he was leveling up is that he got invited to front row seats at a Knicks game, I think a month ago or so. And he said like once he found out that he was going to be sitting front floor seat at a Knicks game, he went to the jewelry store. He went to the store and bought like $10,000 frames.
Yeah.
Just because.
I mean,
He's like, I'm gonna be front row. I gotta look fresh.
might as well.
And see,
I'm not gonna change nothing about my fit other than my glasses.
you know, I'm gonna have that shit on. Just gonna it's like when Earl got fly all of a sudden. He cut his hair and it's got fly, and everyone's like, yeah, bro, do this.
That forehead's still big though.
It's huge.
It's a mirror almost.
It's a mirror.
Yeah, he put
Good.
He eating good, he looking good. Like I'm happy for Earl, man. It's good to see.
It's crazy what a healthy relationship could do for you.
man.
and,
Shout out Earl.
Shout
Shout
out
out
Earl.
melanin women.
Yeah.
and shout out Mike, man. Shout out Mike and Tony Seltzer, Pinball 2. Definitely check that out. Like I said, it sounds like Mike at a strip club having a great night, and we enjoying the music that he made, man. So salute to Mike. Second album this year, Showbiz was the first one, which is another great album.
I love that jump. I
Yeah.
still run a showbiz at the gym, man. It's
Show-
already in my top 25. It's like 7 songs off that.
See, Mike, we running it up for you, man.
Yeah.
Alex likes rap. Mike likes rap.
Love that shit. Though.
Hey, man,
Hey man,
fuck with us, Mike.
I'm open to be converted.
I think you'll fuck with it.
Yeah.
I'll put you on to some
Not
Mike.
that I'm on the fence.
Actually,
I just didn't like how it was presented to me in the first place.
Even the intro, Sin City on Pinball 2 sounds like some Trap or Die shit.
Niggas kind of getting in that Jeezy bag, honestly.
Hey,
a lot of rappers.
Don't sleep on the Snowman.
He had a lot of influence.
It's good to see his influence reach back. And then another album that also dropped, man, that we actually were pleasantly surprised by how amazing it is Lefty Gunplay and Jason Martin Can't Get Right. Drop a bomb, Andre. Listen, man,
Hey, why they call you Lefty?
because I can't get right. You know, I gotta
Can't
say,
get
man,
right.
salute to Lefty Gunplay and a big salute to Jason Martin. I know he probably been getting sick of us tagging him and talking about him all the time, but he really been putting in some good work.
been on the square.
He been on his shit since Chupacabra and then since the Pop Out show, man. Like I think him working with Lefty Gunplay on his album really shows you the importance of having a hands-on A&R/producer right by your side when you're making a project, especially for somebody like Lefty who is so new into music still. because you could tell how much Jason Martin's coaching and producing of Lefty Gunplay on this album really helped Lefty as an artist. He sounds so focused. He sounds very precise. He sounds like I haven't heard Lefty sound this focused as an artist since I found him and since I discovered him. So hearing him be this focused and hearing his raps be crisp and sharp, it really is really dope to hear, because now I can really hear what people were seeing in him, what others could see and hear.
What up, Paris?
What up, Paris?
What up, gangbanger? You listen to the Lefty Gunplay album?
He just dropped in the chat that 10K was Mike's label.
That's Mike's label?
I just got back to
Okay.
the comments.
Nice. Shout out to Mike, man.
Yeah, shout out to Mike.
Doing himself.
Man, I'm gonna say it one more time. Shout out Destin Conrad. Just put out a new album, Love on Digital. The Obama sisters, they were at the album release party.
They were. I saw that.
That photo's going triple platinum on Twitter.
Yeah. We didn't know one of them had it like that.
Hey, who's we?
What's
Anyways.
You know?
Nah, Jason Martin definitely had his hand all in this shit for sure.
Yeah.
Because I've watched some of the interviews with Lefty Gunplay. He is chaotic as fuck.
He is. And that's the thing, because I think it finally started to click with him. And you hear that on the interview clip before the last album or the last song, Through the Fire.
Yeah.
Where he talks about being focused, being locked in more than he's ever been, and trying to do well and make his mom and his grandma proud. And everybody that's talked about Lefty Gunplay has all said the same thing. Like Lefty, before the album drop, he's been on a promo run, and everybody does an interview with, he'll tell them, yeah, I'm the greatest Mexican rapper ever. And I remember when they asked other Mexican rappers about it, like Doechii, he was like, I mean, yeah, he really nice. I just tell him, lock in and just get clean, get sober, and just like really get on your shit. And then that's kind of been like the sentiment.
Seems like he wants to make a change though.
Yeah, and you hear that on this album, because the music I heard before this album, when he was still kind of chaotic, and maybe not as focused, it was kind of all over the place. So I wasn't hearing what other people were hearing, but this album I hear what people are hearing, and I hear why he says he's the greatest Mexican rapper ever, because I think if he keeps on this path, he will be there.
He'll be legendary.
He'll be legendary.
Yep.
And the cool thing about this album is not only is he focused, but you also get to hear how well tapped in and how much of a hip hop fan he is. Because there's a lot of, despite being a West Coast artist and this being a West Coast album, there's a lot of East Coast influence. There's a lot of Biggie flows on here. There's a couple of South flows he hits. Like, he hits a lot of different flows that are predominantly West Coast influence and West Coast driven, but he's a West Coast artist. So it's cool to have that bridge of a West Coast artist having East Coast influence, similar to like Dom Kennedy.
Yeah. Y'all check out his documentary by Channel 5.
Yes, I watched that. It is hella crazy.
It's great.
No, it sheds a different light on him.
Yeah.
And the more you hear about his background, you can kind of understand like where he is, where he's at now. Because he did, I'm pretty sure, was it 7 years or 9 years?
I think it was like 9, bro.
He did like 9 years in fucking Pelican Bay.
From 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pelican Bay?
So he just got out and started like
doing music,
rapping. Yeah. And then
within the last 2 years, bro.
He ended up in the studio with Kendrick.
Yeah.
Got them 4 words and got shit
like
popping.
And I gotta really salute, like, again, Jason Martin, because he saw somebody that was having a moment, and instead of just being like a hater or just somebody that's just like, I'm not gonna even acknowledge what he's doing, he like put his arm around him and said, hey, let me help you in what you're doing. And every move I think since then has been the right move for Lefty Gunplay. Like, he just recently announced that he's no longer gonna go by Lefty Gunplay, he's just gonna go by Lefty. So like part of that rebranding, changing his image, getting more serious, like, because now that you take the Gunplay off your name, the more doors will open up for you.
For sure.
So it's just, I think Jason Martin has been such a crucial part in Lefty Gunplay's development as an artist at this point, and now we're seeing that pay off. Like, Lord Forgive Me as an intro, Can't Get Right. Like, this is really really a great, well done sequenced album. And how they tell the story.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? My Crazy Life.
Yeah, but like a Mexican version.
Yeah, it's a completely different story, completely different part of the hood, and it just has that same kind of energy, and it really feels like a kind of a day in the life of Lefty.
Yeah,
and that's my favorite part about the album. Like, I gotta play it all the way through. It's real short. It's 30 minutes, but it's real rich too.
It is. It doesn't feel like it's dragging.
Yeah, or rushed, and like it's moving too fast. It's like something you could throw on and ride to.
In-
get to your destination.
Yeah.
Except for what's the song? It's either a scary movie or gangsters get scared where they
Oh, the
hit
police sirens?
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
I was doing drops, bro. I must have heard them sirens like
whoop,
shit.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Hey,
Had to double
y'all gotta
take,
be
like,
easy when you put them sirens in the music, man. But
I was talking to River about it though. That's a great way to convey the tension in the situation because it's like they could be doing whatever they doing.
mhm.
You know, you just rolling with the homies in the car, like, you know, and then you get popped, you get them
Whoop.
lights. Like
Yeah.
he did just get caught up.
Because like that's how the song ends. Scary movie ends with them about to go do some shit, and then they get pulled over for something petty,
yeah.
and then that's when shit gets real and gangsters get scared.
You say you got to take them hats off when you riding in the car.
Mm-hmm.
He's a part of this. He's affiliated with KHA,
Mhm.
which is like a gang from the 80s that's been doing shit. You got to watch the Channel 5 interview with Andrew and tells all about it. Like they be rocking hella KC shit.
Yeah, I saw in one. I think the Can't Get Right video. He had the KC hat on.
Yeah,
We can't even wear our own shit no more, man.
I mean, over there it means something completely different.
Yeah,
Don't wear your Kansas City hat in the like
the
in-
pride,
on the
like
West.
the town pride isn't that strong in LA. Like, don't do it, man. Just
It's
say you
not
from
that
Kansas.
worth it.
Just say you from Kansas City. Don't wear the hats.
why can't
Don't wear
why
the hats.
can't it be blacked out?
I mean, it's circumstances, Andre. You got to protect yourself.
Yeah, some shit is out of your control, man. You can't tell.
It got built
tell,
up that way.
You can't tell another culture. Well, I guess you can in America, but like we can't go to Cali and be like, nah, this way y'all do this out here ain't allowed.
White people don't be having these problems, bro. They wear whatever the fuck they want. Why can't I wear KC? I'm KC, nigga.
Hey, look, you test that theory.
Yeah, you go ahead, brother. You
I'm
fight
not, I'm
that
not
battle.
testing shit.
Yeah, like-
That's one thing I don't do is test, but
you have fun with that.
I'll question.
Yeah,
I'll always question.
it's always question. We
I'll
not
always question and wonder. I was noticing that in the situation in the documentary.
yeah.
They're wearing like Sacramento Kings stuff and
Mhm.
throwback KC stuff, Royal stuff. I'm like, what the fuck?
They very big on.
Don't you got
symbolism
Dodgers?
over there.
Like,
Yeah. Y'all got Dodgers? That's a different. That's
It's
probably
the-
another different gang
it's the
affiliation.
same colors though.
It's different gang affiliation,
Man.
but
got to be some Vlad video where he's breaking it down.
It's like, what colors can I wear?
Yeah.
It's like the fucking Green Lantern Corps over there, man. Everybody got an affiliation.
Some.
one thing I will say, I'm really surprised, man, by how Jason Marr really got some pull in this motherfucking industry because there's some really big names on this album that I was not expecting to be on a Lefty Gunplay. I'm like, you got Storm DeBarge on here.
Dude, I never
For
even
Me,
heard of her.
my gun and you. She's like one of the DeBarge. She's part of the DeBarge family, which is like huge family name in like the 80s and 70s. Fucking Scott Storch got production on this bitch. He did the intro. So seeing Scott Storch's name on there threw me in a loop because I haven't seen his name like that in a minute. So to see him pop up on a Lefty Gunplay album was a nice expectation. Terrence Martin got production on here.
Yeah,
And I
it's
think
beautiful.
That
bro.
One Day at a Time track with Ty Dolla $ign, which is kind of more like an interlude with Ty Dolla $ign mostly. That's an amazing song. And I didn't realize like how much of it that was Ty Dolla $ign until last night when I was really paying attention to the length of the song. But that was a great song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a banger with RJ, Mr. LA. That's a great song. Menace, where they flip straight up Menace by MC8. And I think it's hilarious that they got the game on the hook to do that one. Because anytime you need somebody to rap like another rapper, the game's the perfect person to call up for that.
He's the ultimate chameleon.
Yeah. The ultimate Shang Tsung.
That nigga losing his house. Did y'all see that?
Listen, man, we talk. Let's get out the
We talking
segment.
about the game, right?
Let's get out the segment first before we start talking about that. I don't need Jason Martin. We're trying to lay some groundwork here. But I think my favorite is probably the Grey Goose freestyle because that's just some real KC mob shit. Like that sounds like some shit I could hear in KC in this ring off.
Man, my favorite is that Me, My Gun, and You.
Yeah,
With Storm versus crazy. Like if I was ignorant before, but I'm tapped in now because she did her shit on it.
mm-hmm.
And I love that's like some just classic hip hop shit. Like how far can we take the metaphor? How deep can we be with the metaphor?
Mhm.
She was locked in, tapped in.
Yeah.
And I would love to see what these studio sessions was like.
Yeah, man. Cause I really wanted to see what
'Cause-
that energy be like around Lefty Gunplay. Cause he does seem like a person that's just kind of like you don't know what he about to be on next. And that kind of comes with the territory of being around him. But I think it'd be great to see what that looks like when the energy's honed in.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
focused.
I think this is what it's like. He
Yeah.
was very channeled and focused. It was clear. Like there's a story going on here. You learning about him as an artist. He said 13, my first kill, I threw up on the curb. Like, damn, that's insane. That's a whole different life. But I'm glad that he's taking them steps to, do better for himself. It seems like he wants to do better.
Yeah. And it's great to see that. It's great
Yeah.
to see that like up close and personal, and we're all able to see what that looks like for him in real time.
I do worry about him, and I hope he is really taking them steps. He has been in a lot of trouble,
Yeah.
like the past couple months.
Been in and out of jail a few times, I think. Just like petty shit.
Yeah, and you could definitely tell that he be on, wherever.
Yeah, like I remember there was a video Hit Boy posted, and he was like, yeah, last night was, I can't even put into words what happened, but just know it was crazy. But it was a video of like him in the alley hanging out with a bunch of people, and like Lefty is there and he's freestyling to some beats that Hit Boy's playing from his car.
Yeah.
But as he's freestyling, like Lefty also has like a gash on his head. So it's like, I don't know what the fuck happened before this video was recorded, but looked like Lefty got into some kind of shit, but now he's freestyling, so it seems like it's all good.
Yeah, it's cool. Everything was settled.
Yeah.
Don't mind the cut.
Yeah, fuck that cut, man. We rapping.
I watched he's got like a 10-minute interview on Craft. I think it's Craft Culture.
This Lefty?
Yeah, Lefty.
Mhm.
And man, it was one moment where he didn't even know his son's age. He was like, my son's 12.
Oh, he said that on the song too. He was like, I
Yeah.
think he 9 though.
Yeah.
That was the ad-lib.
But that's why I love it. Is like the connection is there.
Yeah.
Like he's like aware of how he be moving, what he be on.
And it's good to have that self-awareness, especially when you're in the position that he's in, where you are in this crossroads where you can really change your life and your family's life for the better in the future going forward if you make the right decisions. But there's also that other side that's still like temptations that come with your past life that kind of want to keep you back from moving on to where you could go. So I like the fact that Jason Martin is right there in his corner, because I think he does a great job of just keeping Lefty focused and guided in the right direction. So salute to Jason Martin, because you don't got to do that, man. But the fact that Jason Martin has really been taking on that big homie role, mentor, and taking these younger artists under his wing and helping them find their sound, helping them find their way to elevate and become the next stars in the West is super well done, man. So salute to Jason Martin. Drop a bomb for Lefty Gunplay and Jason Martin. Can't get
Jason Martin is definitely like holding the West down. He like one of the
him and Jay Worthy,
big three.
I think when it comes behind the scenes work, like him and Jay Worthy are two crucial pieces to the West Coast when it comes to just like putting that shit together for them. And I think I've been seeing Jay Worthy get more into that A&R bag too as well, and he's starting to be more open about it, because I already knew he was a great A&R just based off how he puts together his albums. So once he starts working with other artists like he did with Chupacabra, with Jason Martin, DJ Quick, like once he starts working with other artists in that regards, I think it's going to really elevate the West.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Jason Martin puts out or puts his hands in, and it's like I just love seeing camaraderie like that.
Yeah,
people just working together and making some authentic shit. Like
great moments for each other.
Yeah, the subject matter is gonna be whatever y'all doing or however y'all live, and that's what we want—an honest depiction of your life, honest expression of your life. So.
And for real, like contrary to pop belief, I like seeing rappers live healthy lifestyles. I like seeing y'all take care of yourselves. I like hearing Dom Kennedy rap about doing yoga and drinking wine. Like that shit fire.
Yeah.
Like especially as y'all get older, I want more of y'all around. So I want y'all to take care better care of yourselves. And that's something I remember Joe Budden pointing out when the Pop Out show happened.
Yeah.
He was like, it was so cool seeing all these old artists from the West Coast that you saw come up and have their moment, come back on the stage to have a moment again. They all look great.
Yeah.
They all look healthy. They all look amazing. They're taking care of themselves. And you hear that in their music. And I just love hearing that, man. I think we need more of that in hip hop, especially from the OGs as they get older. They talk about just things to preserve your health and extend your life period.
100%. I'm definitely co-sign that. Anybody that's doing something healthy for themselves, please keep doing it.
Yes.
Bring a friend, invite a friend to do it.
And keep spreading the good message, man. So keep that going, Jason Martin. We appreciate all you do. Lefty Gunplay, congratulations on the album. West Coast is definitely up. It's gonna be a good summer, man.
So you been listening to anything else? Like you drop any any new music? I know Benny the Butcher put some shit out.
Um,
My boy Young Lean put some shit out.
Young Lean, man.
Yeah,
How you
Young
feel about the
Lean.
Young Lean comeback?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, the first couple songs, I was like, I'm not in the space to hear this right now. But I definitely was fucking with some of the singles off of there. And
Okay.
I like how he puts his music together. You could tell where he pulls his influence from, but how he executed is so different just because he's like
older now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been pushing that message of like being sober or just being healthy, because his story is real crazy. You know?
Yeah. I was telling Mike about my roommate Michael about Young Lean and the lore behind him, and I showed him that Fader article, and he was just like, "Whoa, dude!" Like, I was like, "Yeah."
When he was like,
he went to a psych ward.
Yeah, because he lost his shit.
He I don't know if you remember in that article, he talks about how the first time he met Jim Jones, he was wearing like a nurse outfit.
Yeah,
and that's when he was like, maybe I am kind of wilding.
Yeah, maybe
I am kind of
I'm doing too much.
And then there was that story where he was in the
Florida?
hospital, and then he needed, like, he had like a breakdown or something, and he turned himself into a psych ward. But then he was telling his friends like, "Yo, I need my laptop or some shit." So his friend was like, "Okay, I'll go get it and I'll be right back." And his friend went to go get it, and then on the way back, they got to like a car wreck, and that's what like really fucked him up.
And that started that shift. But it don't got to be like something so tragic for you to do better for yourself. So.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't always need to be a traumatic experience for you to want to make a change. Just remember that it doesn't always have to be traumatic. But I have been listening to a lot of Shoreline Mafia as of late. Yeah, because they just recently got back together. Phoenix Flexing and Doechii. They reunited the group Shoreline Mafia for Back in Business. And Shoreline Mafia is a name that I've always heard, especially during the SoundCloud era, like 2018. But I never like really tapped into their music. But one day I just watched the Doechii interview out of curiosity. I was like, I kind of fuck with this guy. Let me check out Shoreline Mafia. And I really do like what they do, man. I like the high energy music, especially because it's summertime. They're West Coast. I like music in that BPM. And so I went back and listened to Shoreline do that shit. And I did not realize they were that great. I did not realize they were that fucking fire. Yeah. Especially OG. Like, Doechii is a great rapper. Like, Doechii put out a solo album this year called Paid in Full. And there's a song on there called For Real. It's the third song on the album, and it's like one of my favorite songs to drop this year. Like, Doechii can fucking rap. I did not know he was widely heralded as like the greatest Mexican rapper ever. Because was it Peso Puma?
Yeah.
This is how I realized how big they were, because I guess he brought Shoreline Mafia out, Phoenix and Doechii out at one of his shows. And I guess he was even dressed like them a little bit back in the day when he brought him out. And they were talking to him like, "Yeah, did you guys know how big you guys were?" And he was like, "Not really," but it wasn't until other huge Mexican artists would tell us like how much of a fan they were of like us and our music. And that's when I realized like how big we were in our community. And so I didn't notice, but Doechii's like him for the Mexicans out here in the hip hop world. So I do fuck with that, because he is a great rapper, and it's cool to know that he's been rapping at a high level like from the beginning.
Yeah,
like he always had
been out, bro.
He always had that star power. Yeah.
And it's cool to see them like reconnect, because I know that shit went all good with them. It was a lot that went down.
Yeah,
the original group, it's only 2 members now.
Yeah, I wish they would have had Kato and Rob there, but it seems like I don't know what happened with the fallout. No one really went into details. It just kind of seemed like things weren't what they thought it was in the beginning, so then they fell out. But Phoenix and Doechii are back, and I think Doechii said, because they talked about like, yeah, where the other 2 guys at, and it kind of just came down to work ethic. Like, the reason you always heard me and Phoenix on the song together, because we just had like more of a work ethic.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely the 2 that I seen to continue to move after the SoundCloud era like kind of died down a little bit. And that was always a question at hand, like how many of these artists is gonna still be around or still be able to stay creative and create fresh music.
And they had label issues too.
Yeah,
which like halted like right in the height of their prime.
So a lot of adversity. What happened with the label?
Atlantic was just kind of stalling on the album.
Yeah.
So they signed with Atlantic in like 2019, and then I don't think the album came out until like 2020 or 2021. But by that point, the group was already in disarray, and so they put out that album, and then the group broke up. Yeah, but it is good though. I do like the album. It sounds like they haven't missed a beat with Back to Business, and so I think it's really good. There's a lot of hype, a lot of energy around the reunion. I just hope they're able to maintain it and keep it going, because they're both really dope together. And like you said, they're one of the few from the SoundCloud era that have still been able to do it at a high level, which is something I think we also got to give props to Denzel Curry for. Because when you really do break down the SoundCloud era, there's not too many artists from that era, especially during that time, that are still doing it at a high level like they were when they were popping, right? Like, so like
Yeah.
you have Cardi, you got Uzi, and I think you still got Denzel Curry. Uzi's kind of like he's kind of up in the air right now. But Cardi definitely still doing a high level. Denzel Curry's very clearly still doing it at a high level. Shoreline Mafia's back.
Rob Banks.
Rob Banks is still doing that.
His name
Yeah, Rob Banks.
Yeah.
It's just great to see artists like that still maintain a level of consistency and relevancy and still elevate with each project as the years have passed, even if we're out of the SoundCloud era now. The fact that you're able to adapt into this new era, I think you deserve applause and you salute to you, because this ain't an easy business. It's not an easy business to adapt to.
Yeah, that music shit hard. Like, I was talking to the Royal Chief about it at First Friday of like, look, if you could take a certain kind of grit to really make money off of your art.
Yeah.
And music is like, niggas don't gotta like your music.
They don't.
So you gonna have to find something within you to keep making that shit if you ain't getting the reception that you need.
Yeah.
But sometimes y'all niggas don't got it. Like, so just
message, Andre.
Just stop.
Message. But
no good.
No, it's me and Dom and Mike were talking about this last night, where after a certain point, music stopped becoming a hobby or stopped being a hobby, and it really had to become something you were passionate about. And I think we got to a point for a lot of people where that did become a thing. Whereas like at 27 or something, you had to ask yourself, do I really want to keep doing this? Because it's not a job right now.
Yeah.
It's really just a hobby.
You
but do I have a passion behind this hobby? Because if not, I'm not going to continue doing it because I'm not seeing any return for it.
Yeah.
So the artists that are still making music now are people that genuinely love being an artist and love making music and are going to continue to do it because it fulfills them and because there's a possibility that they actually still might blow up from their music.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely got to be doing it for the right reasons.
That's important too.
And people I think it translates in the music. Like, yeah, some niggas could just make hits and shit out hits.
But that's going to fizzle out eventually.
Yeah, but if you can create projects that have more substance and more of a story, or that make you like listen to it a few times, that's what people be looking for.
And I think,
but also, can you perform too? That's like a big deal too. That's the icing on the cake, is the performance.
Yeah, that's really what's gonna sell people.
Yeah, you got all this time in the studio, you got all this equipment or
to make you sound good.
Yeah, the opportunity to make the perfect verse, but can you go out there and perform it like we heard it?
Yeah,
or close to it. And Denzel did a great job at that. I keep talking about it.
Go ahead. He earned it.
Great.
He earned it. Like when you see a performer, especially in hip hop of that caliber in real time, it makes a difference.
Rap all his shit.
High energy. He did ULT. He did ULT.
Don't sound winded.
He did.
That's another thing about
and he a triple timer too. So he rapping fast.
Yeah.
Hit all that shit.
It's crazy.
I am the ultimate. He did all of that shit. And so hearing that in real time, it's super impressive. Like that's why the Super Bowl Kendrick performance was so crazy, because this man just ran 50 yards down a football field and then marched back rapping. Yeah. Like that's not easy to do. And so you got to salute people that do perform very, very well when they're on their live performances, and those that are also able to make a good body of work for people to want to listen to and actually have to take a deep dive into. So like I think when it comes to the city, there's people like Royal Chief, Ashawn, Ty Faison, Paris Williams, Gabe, artists like that who make albums that are very in-depth, very detailed, and at a high level and high quality. They make you want to re-listen to them over and over so you can catch more gems, more stuff you may have missed the first time, because that's what they're known for. They're known for bodies of work. Like those aren't single artists. Those are bodies of work artists. So like when Royal Chief or Sean puts out an album, we're going to listen to it and we're going to digest it and we're going to break it down and see what we can catch, because that's what it's meant for.
I do wonder about artists that aren't particularly like lyrical or have that depth, because like, to a certain degree, the Shoreline Mafia guys is like talking about the same shit.
Yeah.
But what keeps it fresh? Why is it still so good?
Exactly.
That's a question I ask myself often. I don't think I really have an answer for it quite yet. But there is something to what Cardi puts out. Like, why is that so special? Is it the unique delivery. Maybe that's it for Cardi, but with Shoreline Mafia, what is it? What do you think?
Man, I think it is the delivery, like their West Coast bounce. Like that bounce really does, I think, play a big role in like their sound being fresh. And so, for example, right, what you're talking about, it kind of applies to Key Glock because Key Glock just put out a new album. I think Glockavelli, great project. And I was talking to my roommate Mike about this. The thing I like about the Key Glock album is it's very sample heavy, a lot of soul samples on there, sped up samples and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught it, but on Blue Magic or Blue Devil, the third song, it samples the same sample that Still Fly had. Still, I gotta stay fly.
I don't think I caught that one.
Next time you listen to it, just peep that. And but on the album, Key Glock is rapping about the same shit Key Glock has always rapped about. Nothing changes subject matter wise, but it's just like how he delivers the music, how he raps it, and the production he chooses is what keeps it fresh. Like Key Glock to me is one of the best rappers pocket wise. Like his voice is perfect, and he always knows how to catch that pocket just perfectly for like a southern twist to make it punch. And it's like, so he has that, and the production that he chose on this album is different from what we're used to hearing from him. So it does sound like a new perspective, even though if he's not rapping about anything different wise subject matter.
I guess maybe not stepping out of his comfort zone, but trying new things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And presenting new sounds that we may not heard him do yet.
You know, he's a Kansas City fan.
He is pumping them Chiefs.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with it, man. You welcome.
And he shouted out St. Louis Cardinals too on Don Dada. So he got Missouri got a lot of love on that new Key Glockavelli album.
That was my favorite.
Don Dada, that was
shit. That was the first one. I was like, yeah,
that's that shit.
Yeah,
okay, that one
just to the rotation
immediately.
Yeah,
I heard that one. I was like, this is the one right here.
Spin that shit.
Hey, I'll give you Badu, No Sweat. The Key Sweat sample on No Sweat was fire.
Yeah,
Cream Soda was great. The World Is Yours. The World Is Ours. Don Dada. And then what was the other one I fucked with? Watch the Throne. Those are probably like
I feel like J&J.
Yeah. Sunny Days with that Boney Webb sample is great. Yeah, this Key Glock album's banging. Salute the Key Glock. Sorry, y'all. I've drunk a lot of coffee. This pod.
You good?
I'm losing it.
Fucking did you listen to the Benny the Butcher project? You listen to Excelsior?
Mm-mm. How is that?
It's a Benny the Butcher project.
What's that mean though? Like when you say that in 2025, what's that mean to you? Like what's the intent behind that statement?
I mean, Benny doing his thing. He rapping about what he do in his life.
Yeah,
he doing it with that grit and that same energy. I think I don't know what would like make it more fresh though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Westside Gunn is very good about creating a theme, whether it's like stated or not, or implied, or just like the production that he picks that makes it more just more appealing. It makes it more pop culture friendly.
Yeah,
which is still a great album. I think it's just not like the pop success that we've been hearing before, like you got with the Hit Boy production.
Yeah,
that's a different kind of energy. That's like polished. That's like more East Coast, like MMG kind of vibe, like a Rick Ross.
Very shiny, very glossy.
Yeah, it's a lot of luxury, but this like more gritty. It's definitely some street shit, which has its place. I'm not saying the album's horrible by any means. It's just like
speaking of Benny Butcher, and before we wrap it up, I'll throw this question out to the timeline or to the peoples in the room. Andre, you live?
I'm right here.
All right. Somebody said Freddie Gibbs doesn't have a single album in his discography that's better than Tana Talk 4. As the Benny the Butcher guy, do you agree with that statement?
That's a crazy statement.
Is Tana Talk 4 the one that's very popular?
No, Tana Talk 3 I thought was in my opinion.
Is that the one with the baby?
Yeah, that's the one with the baby is like the Chucky mask.
Yeah.
Or the Chucky doll.
Yeah, so I think that's the one they were talking about.
Nah, that shit is gas and definitely a classic. But they tripping saying Freddie don't got an album to rival that.
I was like,
I think Pinatas is better than that.
I'll give it.
You know what I mean?
I'll say Bandana.
Bandana is like up there too.
Yeah.
I personally didn't like Bandana as much, but
Pinatas
is like solidified. There's no way Tana Talk is better than Pinatas.
Yeah.
Like the Tana Talk 3, Benny was doing his shit and it came out at the right time when that he kind of brought that era back into play with that album. I
Yeah,
feel
like,
like.
that really brought that sound back.
Yeah, but nah, niggas is tripping.
Yeah.
That's y'all biased as fuck.
Let's not do that. Let's not disrespect Freddie's discography like that.
Yeah, we can't. That's
And we
a
don't need
very
to do that.
bold statement.
We
Yeah,
don't
it's-
need to
it's
do
not
that.
necessary. They had they beef or whatever, and it's cool.
We still got Frank Lucas. It was a good time. And what was it? One Way Flight
I don't remember the other one. I remember
from
Frank Lucas.
from Benny's album.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah,
On the new one with Hit Boy, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that I think on that track you could kind of tell like, all right, I don't know if y'all like fuck with each other.
This is
like,
yeah. He sent me the record. I
this
sent the
seems
verse.
kind of forced. Yeah,
Yeah, but Frank Lucas felt organic.
yeah.
that little
like,
time period when
that felt
Griselda,
right.
when Griselda and Freddie Gibbs was just locked in, bro. That was
And
a cool
Alchemist,
time.
Derringer, it was a great time. And
It felt so organic too.
I
It felt
hate
like
that.
something that was just meant to happen in terms of like them working together because they was all on the same wave. I think at one point during the Grammys when Alfredo was nominated for Best Rap Album of the Year, Benny, Freddie, and Alchemist took a picture, and Alchemist said, "Yeah, I'm gonna make this album happen." And then of course, after that they had the fallout. Freddie beef with everybody in Griselda.
albums never happened.
Shit was done.
And if it do happen, we don't even want to hear it because it's like,
It's too late now.
yeah,
It's too late. Unfortunately, for most collab albums, everything is just a little too late.
some shit just ain't meant to mix. Like Our Future and Pro Era, that did not.
That
mix.
was nah.
But we got Rocky in Our Future.
We did, and we got some ASAP and Pro Era.
Yeah, so it's like
So everything worked out in the end, just maybe a little later than we preferred
you
it.
can't force it.
You
You
can't.
also got Tyler and Cardi.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, actually, let me ask y'all this before we really wrap it up. Speaking of, it was stuff that happened when it was too late. B-Dot actually had a nice little bounce back this
Yeah.
week. B-Dot put out an interview that he did with Currency.
sick.
And they had the fucking Larry O'Brien trophy too. Like the NBA title trophy was in there.
Word.
Yeah, I don't know why the trophy was there. But B-Dot had the trophy there with Currency. Like, so shit was fire. And B-Dot, man, listen, B-Dot is so refreshing as an interviewer, especially with Currency, because I could tell he is somebody that's genuinely a Currency fan.
Yeah.
And he was asking Currency real questions that I've been wanting to ask Currency for years now. And no other interviewer or media personality has ever asked these questions to Currency when they have the chance to interview him. So B-Dot doing it was like, fucking finally. Thank you. Somebody asked the real questions. But B-Dot asked him about this collab project that Big Crit and Currency announced that they were going to be doing. I think it's called Lax and Chevys.
Oh.
They announced it around 2017, 2018. And B-Dot asked him about it. And Currency goes, listen, you got to talk to Crizzle.
What the fuck,
Like-
Crit? What's up, bro?
He said, I just rap. Homie make the beats and he raps. So he got more to do. So like, but it's all on him. Like whenever he ready, I'm ready. And the same thing with the Larry June, because he asked him about the Larry June project that Currency and him apparently have done. And I'm just waiting on Larry. He said Larry on boats and shit with 2 Chainz and Alchemist.
I ain't gonna lie. From a business standpoint, I understand why these niggas is holding the Currency project in the tuck.
Yeah.
Because that's like if you ever down bad, you could pull that one out your ass. Hey, I got a Currency project. And then you put the Currency project out, look, you back up.
We back up.
We
Hey,
back to
put the word out there, Spitter. We back up.
Look,
Drop a bomb, Andre.
but as a fan, you need yes.
Y'all just bullshit now, Spitter.
Yeah,
Making up every excuse under the sun, bro. Come on now, lock in. And I still need that Puff Daddy with Chuck English too. I'm not forgetting that one. I'm not letting y'all forget that.
even with the current state of things.
Y'all can change the name.
To brand it, like
Change the name of Puff Daddy. Change the mixtape to something else.
Change it to Bad Boy.
All right.
Look, what they gonna say?
Hey,
Who gonna stop us, huh?
hey, Dom, can't stop, won't stop. Hey, Dom had a line on his newest Artesian Water where I was like, you could have changed that. Diddy's in jail.
what was the Diddy line?
Oh my god, it was like, fuck, hold on. It was something like a Bad Boy flip. Hold on, let me see.
Bad boys come out and play. So is it too late for the Big Crit and Spitter?
No,
Or
it's
are you-
not.
You still ready for that?
I'm still ready for that. I think niggas is back rapping good again. Like things kind of balanced out. Like in the beginning of the SoundCloud era, we lost a lot of substance, I would say. And it's not hating totally on the SoundCloud era because I was there. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for that time that it was. And we getting back to real music, more authentic music, more of a story,
more substance.
Yeah,
The people
and
fiend for substance.
I listened to Booby Miles the other day, like Forever in a Day. I
Get
ran that.
money.
Yeah, look, it's the summertime. I need some good albums to ride around to. And like Lefty Gunplay got an album I could ride around to. Fucking Key Glock shit.
Key
is
Glock,
cool. That's
You
good.
know,
That's
Destin
good.
Conrad.
Love on
Digital.
Conrad. That's some dope shit.
No, but he
Men I
said,
Trust too.
Man, I Trust just dropped. Pink Panthers just dropped the whole project.
Yeah. Have y'all checked it out?
Yeah.
I got a beef with Pink Panthers.
Why is it 2-minute shit?
No, she's not a fan of sequencing or album structures.
She's not.
No, she had a interview with Kids Takeover,
Who fucking sucks.
Okay, and basically he talked about how she didn't understand why people were upset with sequencing. She didn't understand why people still listen to albums. And that just kind of
she's the worst kind of music artist.
that just kind of turned me off to everything.
Yeah, she like the worst kind of musician you can come across. But I like her music though.
Where's your PR team to be like, yo,
shut the fuck up? Just stop talking.
It's a gamble. Like if you don't have that kind of knowledge or perspective in your corner, and shit is working, like what can you say?
People
like,
in the comments, there were girlies that are like, she's just like me. I'm like, this is part of the problem. You guys are incentivizing this bullshit mindset.
Yeah,
but it's not for us. It's for them.
I mean, if she's thinking about, if she makes her music with that intent and she's pushing it to her audience, then those are people that do probably feel the same way about music. I think Pink Panthers' fans are probably casual music listeners that like her music a lot, to where they actually follow it, so they don't have to think too much about it. Maybe, I don't know.
Niggas wasn't tripping about Cardi shit.
That shit wasn't sequenced at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like it could have been sequenced better. Like we
actually, well, they sequenced it, but they fucked up. They fucked up. Yeah,
that shit.
Or it was too late. But that's still like in it to a degree lack of care.
Yeah,
that shit sound good right now, but when you're trying to make a legacy, when you're trying to make a career out of this, 5 years down the road, once all those singles dry up,
and well, that's what we get back to.
What are you gonna be able to stand on?
But then again, in fairness to Pink Panthers, her albums, they sound like they are sequenced together.
I mean, I got this most recent one. I heard it once at the shop. I missed some of it. I was like on a call or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I can't
missed the whole album.
I can't really low key.
I mean, yeah, that ass though.
It's 20 minutes, like, or 25 minutes or something like that.
Like 9 songs. It's not very long.
But it gets back to Jason Martin and the Lefty project. That's great sequencing, you know, or like GNX, great sequencing. And you seeing more of it. Even Wiz's project,
great sequencing.
Yeah, so it's like it is an art to it. If you don't have that ear, or if you don't need it, we might not get that as like fans.
Yeah, and then I just think that will also kind of hurt your reach for outside listeners.
Yeah,
if you're just kind of throwing albums together, just like a mixtape, and like who gives a fuck what they sequence like? Yeah. And it's like, cause like if you have a well sequenced album as a music listener, that is important because you'll realize how important that is by the time the album's over.
Bro, exactly. If you don't give a fuck, why
should I give a fuck about
exactly?
Music? Like, because if you tell me you don't care about sequencing, that kind of tells me, as somebody that does listen to a lot of music, that you don't care too much about this project.
Yeah,
it's kind of like you just whatever.
Just drop singles.
Yeah, just do a single.
If you love the process of singles, drop singles.
Or just do EPs.
Yeah, that
way make it nice and simple. 3 songs, 10 minutes, if that.
And Pink Panthers is not a stranger to the 3-pack. No. You know, it'll be a single and then 2 extra songs on there. So
that's exactly her lane.
Like, bro, just cut it.
Cut it.
we didn't need that information. I like some of the Pink Panther songs, but
the fuck does she know about sequencing?
It just kind of turned me off to the whole situation.
That brings me to a question. What do you think the best sequence album?
The best
this year?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Let's go this year.
This year?
Let's go this year.
This year? Oh man, I might have to say Heels Have Eyes, but that's actually just a fucking EP. Pinball 2 is a great sequenced album. Let's see. Oh, actually, Sailor from Florida's Finest by Sailor is a great album. I'll say that's a very well sequenced album.
I haven't even checked. That's tight.
Yeah, with the Metamorphosis cover.
Man, I can't even answer my own question, honestly.
Who is the best sequence album this year so far?
Like,
actually, I will say
this Lefty Gunplay,
Lefty
Jason
Gunplay?
Martin project is crazy. All the way through, no skips. 30 minutes. Feel like 40 minutes.
if not quicker.
I'm gonna go back to Destin, man.
Destin
The
Conrad.
songs bleed into each other. Speaking of sequencing, there's like elements of
You know what?
the former on the song before it. So I
7
really love
piano
that.
sketches.
Oh my god,
I'm kidding.
bro!
But
I have a theory about all that shit. I
What?
feel like he's just trying to get samples. I feel like he wants to.
He out here collecting samples.
No, like
he's trying to get his shit sampled.
exactly.
Ah,
Thank you, Alex.
I mean,
okay.
That's my theory.
That's a crazy play though. That sounds like boredom to me.
That sounds like
But
somebody trying to plant the seeds.
I don't think it's that. I think he really is that kind of creative to where he's like, let me just fuck around with this. Because if you listen to he names each track. There's one let me find
So
it.
did them jazz niggas back in the day.
He said one track 3, when you're an ant and you wake up in an awesome mood about to drive your son to school only to discover that you left the light on in your car last night and your battery is dead. That's track 3.
That's track 3.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Why not?
That's all I got to say.
Why
about
not?
that.
All right.
We ready to wrap?
Yeah, anything else we should talk about before we wrap it up here on episode 124 of the Yada Yada podcast?
Shout out to all the mothers.
Shout out to Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day in America.
I
Happy
love
Mother-
you, Mom.
I love you, sure.
I'm about to go see her.
Love you, Mom. Saw her yesterday. We celebrated with the family yesterday morning for breakfast. Nice
Yeah.
time. I also saw 2 grown men walk out the bathroom of Golden Corral, not washing their hands. That was nasty.
Hey, did you fight them?
Both
niggas?
both exactly what you think they
Wait,
look like.
wait, hold on.
saw this guy.
Wait,
Thick as fuck.
no, dead ass.
Have you
That's
seen that video?
that's hella problematic at the buffet. I haven't seen that.
Bro,
video.
they were kicking this guy out of the restaurant because he was yelling that the chef didn't wash his hands. I saw this guy stick his hand in the shitty crack.
Hey,
He sounds like the fish from SpongeBob.
we would have walked out with him.
Hey, wait, hold on. What did he say?
I don't know why I believe him, but I do.
Man,
You know, that was a very compelling scream right there.
I believe him.
I believe him. I don't know why I do.
I believe.
I don't know if y'all like Men I Trust. That album came out.
I gotta play that.
Check that
I do fuck with Men I Trust. That's a lady.
They
or a
put
group.
2 projects out this year. I'm gonna have to get tickets to that show at the Millen. If y'all want to just send us some tickets,
Hey, Men I Trust. Fuck with us.
run it.
Fuck with us.
Run it. Other than that,
Is that all she wrote?
I think-
Episode 1. Hey, good to be back, fellas. Good to see everybody. Who's the podcast MVP this episode? Who we giving it up to?
The mothers of the yada yada.
We couldn't. Yeah, we wouldn't be here without our moms, man. So
we're gonna
this episode's MVPs are the Yada Yada mothers.
let's use our mothers as thumbnails.
Shout out Barbara. Shout out Bar.
Hey, shout out to the moms. Oh, and before I go, I actually got to officially do this real quick. So,
Uh-oh.
Let's hear it, Joe.
Hold on.
so she'll come back over again.
Uh-oh.
It is sincere.
Let's hear it, bro.
Well, all right.
Get to it.
All right. Hey, watch out. There we go. All right. I just had to do a little quick apology because a couple episodes ago, I was telling a story. I am looking at the camera. I was telling a story about how me and the little Yada mean were having a nonchalant conversation. Andre made a comment saying, does she know she's nonchalant? And that like opened up Pandora's box. Crazy. Some feelings got hurt. That wasn't my intention. So I just wanted to apologize to the Yada mean. I did not mean to call you a hoe, I guess, as your friends were saying I was doing. So that was not the intention. I am sorry it was interpreted that way. I apologize and hope you forgive me. Until next time, y'all. Yada Yada podcast.
Boy, I want to yell at the friends. Why y'all listen to the hold up.